Morning all, Monday morning. As you can see, the new edition is behind me. Do a little bit of a walk around and a chat about the new machine later on. But I'll just drop a couple videos in of the weekend now. Will and Harry did some videoing on Saturday. I wasn't around, but I'll just chuck them in here. You can see it for the first time being used, picking up fresh grass. We do some zero grazing for the AD plant. They feed fresh grass, kind of 1 or 2 days old, and they don't ensile it. They don't make any silage from it. They just they feed it fresh, and that replaces beet in their diet for the summer. So we've started on that on Saturday, and that will continue throughout the summer. So that is the first job that the harvester did. Yeah, have a look. So, first job Monday is the last of our own beet harvesting. Will came up to the field yesterday and just dug out a load of beet, because we'll be up later with the telehandler, some tractors and trailers, just to load that up and send it back, just to save us a load of time, because we'll be working this ground and spreading this ground this week. It didn't make sense to have the beet in the ground and have to come back up and do it. So we're clearing this field first thing this morning. See Will's down there on his way up. Getting this field clear, that'll be the end of our own beet for the year. We've got 2 customers to dig beet for this week, and then the beet harvester will be put away until probably late October, when we'll be back out again. We got Andrew on his way up just to collect 1 load, and then the rest of the loads will be taken this afternoon. The rest of the gang are currently washing beet. Harry is out in the sprayer because George is off this week, so Harry's jumped on the sprayer just to clear up 40 acres of spraying for a customer. So this is the start of the day, and then we'll move the beet harvester down south, and we'll catch up with the rest of them as they move up here to spread some fibre, spread digestate, and potentially start some groundworks. The beet harvest is used to working in quite wet conditions, because obviously with it being a winter harvested crop, it's usually pulling itself through some pretty thick mud, and this dry weather, as lovely as it is, Will's up in the cab bouncing around because he said it's really rough in the cab, so he can't drive the machine very quickly, and he's kind of got to nurse it a little bit because every bump is rattling the machine and rattling him around. Andrew's just arriving in the field. He's going to be the only load that goes back this morning, loaded directly from the harvester, and as I just said, the rest will be picked up later in the telehandler and loaded into the trailers that way, just so that we can clear this field and get the beet harvester moved. Yeah, it was all going a bit too well. Slight little issue, broken keyway. Hopefully not too long a problem, but we've had to empty some beet out of the harvester, and Will's just up on top and Andrew's in the tank, and they're just going to see if they can fix the issue quickly and keep moving. But yeah, just as things look like they're going well and you've got a plan for the next few days, something always crops up. That's farming for you. Will's back up and running again. It's about 5 seconds on the video, but about 2 hours in reality. Changing the keyway over, and then we had to get a little bit of welding done over at Small Ridges. But he's back up and going. Hopefully the last mishap of beet harvesting for the year, touch wood. Yeah, we've got a little bit of beet now to pick up by hand and chuck in a trailer, but yeah, 2 hours lost, which messes up Will's plans for the rest of the day a bit, but he'll get this finished, we'll move him, and then I'll be able to show you what everyone else is up to once I've escorted him back down into mid-Devon. Seems to all be going fine now. Seems happy enough, so that's good. It's worked. Thankfully we had a spare keyway in the pickup, otherwise it would have been a longer breakdown and much more annoying, but the spare we needed was with us all along. As if by magic, Andrew's back in the field, modelling for us there. Dad's up here in the telehandler now. He's just loading Andrew's trailer with the beet that was piled up earlier. We've got Will Hammond and Josh on trailer as well. Just passed them on the way up. Andrew will take this load, and we'll see what else Dad's up to in just a sec, because he's up here loading fibre into the big dung spreader, and the smaller dung spreader is also on the way, so we'll have both of them spreading shortly. So here we've got some drone footage. This is Tony in 6R250. and the smaller of the two Pichon dung spreaders, spreading digestate fibre up on the North Devon coast. The new drone seems to be a bit steadier and have a better camera than the previous one, so hopefully it will bring you some better videos. We're just following him, going back across the field now, give you a good idea of how the dung spreader works, what kind of coverage you get from it. You can see there the gate open at the back, kind of gets flicked with about 10 metre coverage. Spread around, you can see it's a pretty even spread. We've got Dad here in the telehandler, or Steve. I've sped this one up because it's quite a long video. We've got the drone up above. That's him there loading Tony, and Harry in the 8R370 with the bigger of the two spreaders is then being loaded second. This is the back end of that load. Bit of dodgy load in there, Steve. So Harry at this point wasn't spreading in that field. He was in a different field. In order to turn where he needed to out of that gateway, he just had to do a little loop in the field opposite, head just down the road, across the track of that field, and he is top dressing the spring barley that you would have seen drilled. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, but we showed Dad drilling in there. As you can see, I've got a new toy. Got another drone that seems to agree with me a bit more. Just catching Dad loading them with digestate fibre, and Tony and Harry are in the 250. Tony's in the 250, Harry's in the 370, and they're spreading that fibre. Harry is, as I say, out top dressing, and Tony spreading some fibre in the field before we get some spring drilling underway. Just going to go over and have a chat with Dad and see how his day's been. Got myself a mate in amongst the digestate fibre. I'm going to try and catch it. I've lost it. Just call me Tom Attenborough from now on. Back to our original scheduled programming. Harry's just loading up the big spreader. It's going to finish off this field now, and then we've got the field in behind to spread as well tonight, and then one more field across the river, or one more block, sorry, across the river to spread, which the guys hauling beet are backloading with fibre to that block. That'll get spread tonight, and the ground will be ready for cultivating tomorrow. So that'll be it for today's video. I know I said we'd go round the forager later in this video, but yeah, with the breakdown and having to then escort Will in the beet harvester, it kind of changed plans for the day. So we will go through that and just explain what the machine is and what it is that we've just got. And obviously this week we'll have more footage of it actually working. I'll get the drone up and try and get some good videos of that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your support, and see you tomorrow. Cheers.